My name is Sumeya Hamieh. I'm from the Netherlands, originally from Taraya, Lebanon. But I have been since 32 years in the Netherlands.
I'm Astrid Vaassen. I'm from Holland, the Netherlands, and I'm a physical therapist. I'm specialized in working with children with special needs and very sick children with every kind of diseases.
I'm Birgit Schmitz. I'm from the Netherlands, and I started as a physical therapist, and then I did a lot of education. So I became a sports physical therapist, I became a manual physical therapist, I became a edema physical therapist, and then I became an extended scope physical therapist.
How old were you when you left Lebanon?
I was 9 years old.
Why?
When we fled the war. Yeah.
And how many members of the family are there?
We are 8 siblings, 4 girls, 4 boys, and we were blessed with 2 mothers and a father.
And do you often return to Lebanon?
After 11 or 12 years of being apart, I came back and I felt home. And to take my kids also to Lebanon, they need to know their culture and their land, and yeah.
This week, you brought a team of medics to Lebanon, physical therapists from the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. It's a tremendous initiative. How important was it for you to initiate such a project and bring them here? And how do you feel about having done that now?
When we came, we had like over 80 patients in 3 days. We just posted an ad, and that's it. They reacted on it. When we saw these people, and when we also heard about their experiences with doctors, with physiotherapists, with I don't know what, it was truly too sad to see that there's a lack of knowledge. That people aren't informed as they should be informed. And you see that the people a lot of parents blame themselves. And that's very sad to see. So when we came here and we saw it and we felt it and we had this contact with these children, but also with their parents, we gave them hope, and the step is made. I'm not taking that hope away.
Is this your first trip to Lebanon?
Yes, yes.
Was it an unusual decision to come to Lebanon? Was it a hard decision for you?
No, but that's me. I take that kind of decisions very quickly.
How did you meet Sumeya?
How did I meet Sumeya? I met Sumeya, I don't know how long ago. Her sister introduced her to me.
And when she told you about this project in Lebanon, how did you react?
She asked me if I could support with the medical things for children who needed therapy. Mm. And I was enthusiastic, so I was, let's do this, let's do that. And she was, no, the children are in Lebanon. Oh, the children are in Lebanon. Yeah, then we have to go to Lebanon. So, and then I say, and I know someone who maybe wants to go with us. So I asked Astrid. I said, Astrid, how do you like an adventure? Oh, with you. I go with you. And then I said, we go to Lebanon. Oh, how nice. So she was also very enthusiastic.
Once you arrived here,
yes,
and you've seen the country now, you've had 5 days
yes,
in the country.
Yeah.
What's your impression of the country now compared to what your first impression when you hear the word Lebanon? What's the difference?
Well, I saw the war. I saw many broken buildings, but I met so kind people. That's the most impressive thing. The people are so kind and friendly, and they have humor. They laugh a lot. That was a very special thing. I said to Sumeya, they all laugh and they have fun. That's a good thing.
They enjoy life.
Yes.
Even despite all the circumstances.
Despite everything.
What's your first impression when somebody says Lebanon? Did you know much about Lebanon before being introduced to this project?
No, no.
But what would your first reaction have been like when somebody said Lebanon? What do you think of?
I was very neutral in it. Other people around me were, oh, be careful. Someone said to me, oh, there's a war. There was a war, like that. I said, well, there was a war in the Netherlands 8 years ago, so...
Tell me about Containers of Love.
Containers of Love is an NGO that started from the hearts to other hearts, to be honest. When I was in Lebanon in 2020, I was here with during the blast with my kids. And when we were here at the Phoenicia Hotel, so it was very near. We saw it, we felt it, and I went back like God has given me a second chance with my kids. So there was a guy, a Lebanese guy, a businessman from Australia, and he said we can't send money anymore. The only thing that we can do is fill up containers and send them. So I heard him, and I heard a lot of men around him, and they said, we need to do that for our country. And I went like, oh my God, I'm sending Containers of Love this time. And that's how Containers of Love started. Beautiful. And since the blast, Containers of Love had shipped over 32 containers of relief goods, from food, clothing, building material, medical materials, medical projects.
And you mentioned that you've got 2 projects. There's an education arm. Can you explain that to us?
Yes. After sending all these containers, we have seen that the struggle is very hard here. So we had a lot of chats with our colleagues, and I said, well, let us just focus on 2 very important things. That's the educational program here, and of course the health. And with the education program, we try to send boxes full of school material to each child. We have managed to do that with several schools in Beirut. It would be a dream if we could reach more, of course. And I have an idea of I Share Education. That's the name of the project. I Share Education, or the thing by sponsoring a child to get his education done. So we are trying to introduce students to people. And if people are willing to sponsor or help, they can sponsor these kids. By supporting them monthly, maybe, with a small fee. It goes through Containers of Love, of course, because we want to pay the fee to see also that it is 100% safe. And that's a project that we really love to do.
And you started the second project called I Matter.
Yeah.
Tell us about I Matter.
I came across a lot of children with special needs in a very bad situation. And it really broke my heart as a mother to see that. So when we saw that there was a big problem here, and especially in villages, people that don't know anything about it or how to cope with such a situation. I think I just wanted to focus on the I Matter project. And it's I Matter because they matter. We all matter, so they matter too. We support, coach, help the children with special needs, elderly with special needs, but also their caretakers. Because if we don't educate or coach their caretakers, they can't be good, they can't be safe. So
let's talk about why you came here.
Yes, we came here for the children with special needs who don't get the care we give the children in Holland. and that was also very impressive to us to see how those children are at home. A lot of children don't go to school, don't have education, and I saw things I only know from history books.
The braces.
Yes, the braces.
That they braced, yeah.
Yes, those braces I never saw in life.
Wow.
And
they're still using them here.
Yes. But I got them from Syria, I think. So and they didn't even need it.
Right.
So please throw those things away. They don't need that.
Right.
So and another thing, what I was, there are a lot of diagnoses for the children. I know those. I saw the children, and I know this was with birth. They came on this earth with this, but the parents were told, no, they get it from something. So the parents feel guilty. They did something wrong. They had it with birth.
It just doesn't manifest until they're a little bit older.
Yes.
It doesn't show up.
Yeah. When you are born, you don't need to talk. And then when you're not talking at 2, it got noticed when you are 2, but it was still there when you were born. But here, yes, they said no, it started at 2. No, that's when a child is developing, and there is in that development there is a stop, and they can't develop anymore. But that was at birth already. But you can see it because it was not needed then.
Right. Can you give me specific instances with the patients that you saw this week, especially day 1? Was that relevant to some of those patients?
The Ali, the child, he was born with cerebral palsy, but his father felt very guilty. They came Tuesday. He was feeling very guilty because he thought his child was becoming more handicapped because of treatment. But I think the treatment helped to get him alive. And the father was also very angry about, he was feeling guilty. And I said to him, you're feeling guilty, you are angry. Your child is reacting on you, his behavior. Those children who cannot speak, who cannot move, who cannot show you anything, they are more to your heart because the connection is only there. There is no connection here. So they feel everything more than every other child. So when you're angry, he will respond on that. And that's something is unknown here. And that's what I tried also to tell my student Sarah. That's a very important thing with those children. The only way they connect is by heart.
The patients that we saw, and especially those brothers, were really sad to see.
Yeah.
And that they've been in those beds for decades.
Yeah, of course.
Decades.
Yeah.
عندك حلم؟
أكيد.
شو حلمك؟
كون مثلا أمشي، كون صحتي أحلى من هيك، كون يعني قادر، كون ساعد الغير، ما اترك حدا، كون معذب، كون الله مقدرني، كون صحتي معي كمان، هيدي كون الحمد لله، كون الله عطيني نعم.
عبد حيدر ماشي في حالتي يعني وجوعات وجروحات، باخذ مسكنات، دواء التهاب، باخذ دواء أعصاب، عندي ورم برجلي بيعبي جسمي موت.
شو حلمك؟ عندك أحلام؟
ما حدا إلا ما عنده أحلام بحياته، بس أحلام يعني الله يشفينا يساعدنا تتغير يعني نوعا ما شوي. ما في حدا إلا ما عنده أحلام وبيحب الحياة وبيحب الأشياء، بس أحيانا توصل إلى مرحلة يتمنى الموت الواحد. عايش بدوامي 24 على 24 بين 4 حيطان.
شو حلمك؟
حلمي مثل بقية الناس أكون صحيا، أروح وأجي وأعيش حياتي أكيد مثل الناس، مثل ما ربنا خالق البشر.
Then we saw, you know, a young girl, Outfat. She broke my heart.
Yeah, me too.
And Ali, 7-year-old boy. I'm sure you
He's
saw,
my angel.
I'm sure you saw many of my patients the following
Yeah.
couple of days.
Yeah.
Was there any sense of hope that there could be an advancement for those?
Of course, because we promised them one thing. It's not only this visit. We visited Lebanon and made a start towards a daycare, a clinic, therapeutic clinic. So this is not, it's not over. We want everything that I have seen in the Netherlands, I want the same thing here. And if I can start just with a small clinic, we will start. And we promised them, and we have also, we had 2 interns, Anthony and Sarah. We trained them, and we have made a plan towards every patient. So they are staying in contact with their coaches, and we are planning to visit the patients that we have visited and the others weekly. So on a Saturday, there's a van who comes to pick Anthony and Sarah, and they will bring them to all the addresses that we have, and they will continue their care. They will be paid from Containers of Love. The most important thing is we are not just an NGO. Containers of Love stands for her transparency, and we are honest, and every cent that we get from donations, it goes to Lebanon, and it goes to the people in need.
So your greatest vision now, the next big hope you're talking about is setting up a clinic?
Yeah, yes. I hope that we can establish to set up a clinic and a daycare for the special need, because it's very necessary. We had a lady, a very young mother with 2 sons, one 9 and one 11. She broke my heart because she had hope that her children, she wanted to register them in schools, normal schools that they can learn. And I am very sorry to have broken her heart that moment, because I told her they need special schools. They need special daycares. And she also told us that a doctor said they are going to talk and everything's going to be fine. I can't understand why people do this with people. These children are a gift from God, and you need to accept it. And they have also hearts, and they have also feelings, and you should know how to. And she was wonderful with them. But she had hope, a lot of hope. This kind of hope isn't for her children. We agreed on organizing and setting up a sensory room in her own house for her children. And we promised her that she's also one of the, her children had even spots on their legs, metal. I never seen something like this, and they didn't need it. We took it out. We took the shoes out. We said to her, your kids doesn't need these kinds of things. So there are a lot of people that we want to help. By setting up this clinic and by setting up this daycare, maybe a small farmery or whatever, that the children can censor things, experience things other than other children need.
So tell me about the work you got invited to come to do in Lebanon. It's very important and very special work.
Well, the cases we saw in Lebanon were a little bit extremer than we see them in the Netherlands. And I think that's because treatment is not at all, or treatment is not effective enough. So there are many reasons why it's that extreme.
So you mentioned something, it's not at all. So in some instances, there's no care at all given to these people.
Yes, and we see that in the elderly people we visit. They were, you were shocked, I was shocked. People are living on the floor. So that's something that wouldn't happen in the Netherlands. So we put the elder man in the chair, and he was so happy. And his family was like, "Oh, is that possible?" Yeah, they were looking like that. So that's something they don't think about the possibilities those people have, and that's something we try to give them also.
And his sister, that man's sister, we
Yeah.
saw she was in the bed and twisted, and you were trying to. Her hips were twisted. Her legs
Yes,
were
her
twisted.
pelvic was twisted. It looks like the pelvic was
Crushed or something.
yes, because of she was lying for years, rotated. There was a little bit of discussion. What's the left leg? What's the right leg? So, and then you can reduce maybe some pain by putting a pillow under it, and we are going to give them another mattress. And that's you can't do more because it's so extreme and so far gone.
She's in her 60s, isn't she?
Yeah, it's incredible. It's unbelievable.
That she's been allowed, and her brother allowed to exist like this without any
but
proper care.
any medical care.
I want to go to the case of, we spoke about Ali. What about Outfat, the 14-year-old girl?
Oh yes, she's a princess, and she acts like a princess. And we talked to her. She don't want to sit in a wheelchair. That's why her parents have to carry her everywhere. And she decides everything at home. You see that often, also in Holland. And we talked to her, and she wanted to have a walker. I said, no wheelchair, no walker.
So you saw her on Tuesday. Did you speak to her on Tuesday
Yes.
about the need for her to go into the wheelchair?
Yes.
What did she say?
But she wanted a wheelchair.
In the end,
Yeah.
she agreed to
Yeah.
sit in the wheelchair?
Yes.
Great.
Because I said when no walker, first you need to be in a wheelchair and drive yourself and be more self-supporting.
Independent?
Independent, that's
Yeah.
a better word. Yes. Yes.
What is her prognosis? What is the possibility for a child like Outfat?
She will never walk alone. And what's very important with her is she's spastic, and feet, because of the spastic, the high tonus of the muscles, they got a little bit more like this.
Right.
So you have to pull them back and take care that the muscles don't increase, decrease.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the important thing with her, that she can still sit, that she can, maybe she stand. Standing is a very important thing for caring. When you can stand, you can move someone from one to that place, and standing is also very important for remove clothes. That's important thing for the ones who care for her.
كنت تحبي المدرسة؟ شو حبيتي أكتر شي بالمدرسة؟
حبيت رفقاتي.
شو كنتي تعملي معهم؟
كنت أكتب معهم.
وتلعبي معهم؟ تقدري تلعبي كمان؟ شو تلعبوا؟
نلعب معجون.
بالمعجون. شو تعملي؟ تقدري تعملي
بس أعملها طابة.
وحبيتي العلم؟ تتذكري شي تعلمتيه بالمدرسة بعده
لا أحرف.
الأحرف؟ حلمك تمشي تقومي هيدا أهم حلم.
You said you don't think she'll ever walk alone.
No.
Why is that?
The muscles will always be very strong and tight, and that's. But she can talk. That's a very important thing. So she can communicate.
Yeah. Were there any other standout cases that you came across?
Yes, we had a little girl. She was also spastic, but a little bit less. And we gave her some braces, and then I let her stand, and then she was smiling. It was great. I had a nice film. I posted it on the internet, and there was a lot of reactions because she was so happy that she could stand on those things. So it was really, really good.
What are your next steps? What are you going to be able to help on the long term? Are you following their cases?
Yes, we have Zara and Anthony. They are going to treat those children we saw. And every time they treat, they report it to us, what they did. And then we will communicate about what the next step should be, or what they can do, or what they better not can do. And then I hope we come back in a few months or 6 months, maybe a year, and to see how they're doing. And of course, they want a home for those children to create a school and home, and that's the big plan.
Right.
Yes.
We'll talk to Sumeya about that. But
yes.
Having a
Yes.
home or a school, a facility that they can come to and be
Yes.
treated professionally.
Yes. Yes.
And have ongoing care.
Yeah.
So you said you might be back in a few months or 6 months.
Yeah.
Is that your wish to come back and be able to
see what's happened, what's maybe see other children.
Would you like to continue that work here?
Yes,
to
I would like
contribute?
to. Yes, to see what's going on. That was also the thing that made me say yes, because I don't believe in you go somewhere, you do your thing 1 week and then you go away. That maybe in that week you do something good, but when you go, it's gone, and that's
like
not
you never
useful.
came.
Yeah, that's not useful. So, and Sumeya had to have very great big plans, and I was immediately in connection with her that she had the good plans, like I see it, and I wanted to do it. So yes, that was a good thing. Yeah.
Let me ask you about continuing the work that you've started here in Lebanon with these children and these adults, and is it something that you will continue after you return to the Netherlands?
Yes, if we can, we will continue. We were at a cousin of Sumeya today, and there was a 16-year-old girl who told us she can't go to school because it's too expensive. And I said to Sumeya, what does it cost? What's expensive? You know, it can be 10,000 euros, it can be 1,000. No, it's 300 euros. He said, when does school start again? At September. I said, I will sponsor her school for this year. And if she's doing well, I will sponsor it next year also.
Wow.
Those children don't have a chance. Not at all. Yeah. And my children, they have a lot of chances. So we got also adults. And Anthony was like, oh no, we can't help them. I said, oh no? Watch and learn. He was like, oh, we can help them. Yes, we can help them.
Wow, that must have really...
Even if it's that much, if we can improve it like that much, that would make a difference.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we are trying to give it to them, like try to help everybody.
Yeah.
And get the tools and the knowledge to do so.
And will you plan to come back to Lebanon to
Yes.
look at your work and
Yes.
see how the...
We are coming back. We told to each other we are coming back.
If you're asking the world or people to help you,
Yeah.
how do you...
Of course, we need financial support. But I always also talked to the local mayor, and I also talked to the ministers here, and they are all open for everything. They are with me. They are open for these things. I can't say that they blocked it. No, they said to me, "Where can we help?" But what I need is more than only promises or words. So we need financial help. We need a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry to say, but you met with mayors and ministers.
Yeah.
They're the problem.
I know they're a problem. I know.
And
I know.
they want to look good in your eyes.
That's the reason why I tried from my side. I tried to do that, but
did you make
eventually,
them feel guilty at all, or make them show them how bad
the situation
is and how bad the government has failed its own people?
Of course, and they're the reason of this.
Yeah.
But I tried.
In a way.
I'm full of hope.
Yeah.
And I try to talk to people to make them understand. If they don't understand, if they don't step up, then I have done my thing. Because as my father has learned me, to teach me to stand up and talk.
Yeah.
And this is what I do.
But you're not waiting for them.
No.
You're not waiting for the ministers or the government or the politicians or the local
You have seen,
officials.
if am I waiting for them? No. I have been able to ship over 32 containers full of stuff. Never ever has anyone done this. And we are doing this project also without the government. So I'm not waiting for anyone.
When do you want to build that clinic?
Within 6 months.
You'll start?
Yeah, it needs to be open within 6 months.
Wow.
That's my goal.
Goal.
Yeah, that's my goal.
What do you need in that clinic?
We need a lot. Sensory materials. We need a lot of, but I'm talking also with men and people here in the area to make these also. We can build it together. We can build it ourselves, yeah.
If you had to say something to summarize your trip to Lebanon and this experience, how would you describe it?
There are in Lebanon different roles. We had an amazing wedding, and we saw the poor, and we saw also the more rich, and it has different sides. And yes, I loved to be here. It was nice. Yes, to be in a total different culture, and yeah. I think I'm going to tell my children they should be very happy that they are in Holland.
They're very lucky.
They're very lucky. Yes, they are. They really are.
I just want to say thank you on behalf of myself and anyone who knows you, the people that you're helping. And you have made an amazing impact just with your heart and your determination. Incredible.
It's my duty. I'm a Lebanese. I belong here. And we are all brothers and sisters. I can't imagine not being an added value to my own people. And if God gives me the strength to do this, I can manage. I can do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What brought you here? What brought you to Beirut?
The first time I came here was to do commissions for a Lebanese family in London. My mother died when I was 10, suddenly in traumatic circumstances. And art is a great way to channel these feelings. Been involved with a project to release the new currency, lollars.
Yes, I saw that.
Which is kind of it's very satirical.
So what do you think of this mob in government? the existing, powers that have maintained control.
In a sense, there's sort of projections of the people, but it's only through education, through art, through culture, through this kind of work, I think, that you can get into the roots of the problem.